Honda and Formula One. Hello to everybody. I'm glad you're back on my channel. Come on, let's start the video. Today, we'll talk about Honda, its agreements and strategies with Formula One. The Japanese automobile manufacturer Honda has participated in Formula One, as an engine manufacturer and team owner, for various periods since 1964. Honda's involvement in Formula One began with the 1964 season, and in 1965 they achieved their first victory at the Mexican Grand Prix. After further success with John Surtees, Honda withdrew at the end of the 1968 season due to difficulties selling road cars in the United States and Honda driver Jo Schlesser's fatal accident. Honda returned in 1983 as an engine manufacturer, which started a very successful period for the company. After winning races in 1984 and 1985, Honda won the Constructors' Championship every year between 1986 and 1991 with Williams and McLaren, and the Drivers' Championship every year from 1987 to 1991 with Nelson Piquet, Ayrton Senna and Alain Prost. Honda withdrew at the end of 1992 after having achieved their targets and suffering the burst of the Japanese asset price bubble. Honda returned again in 2000, providing engines for British American Racing, BAR. Honda finished second in the Constructors' Championship in 2004, and by the end of 2005 Honda had bought out the BAR team, which was rebranded as Honda for 2006. After winning in 2006 with Jenson Button at the Hungarian Grand Prix, Honda announced in December 2008 that they would be exiting Formula One with immediate effect due to the global financial crisis, following limited success across 2007 and 2008. Also, Honda suddenly exited the sport at the end of the 2008 season, unwilling to continue the Brackley-based team's $300 million budget and staff of 700 during the global economic crisis. The team continued to work on the Honda RA 109 for the 2009 season while Honda attempted to sell the racing team. A number of potential owners were linked to the team, including ProDrive boss David Richards, Mexican businessman Carlos Slim, and the Virgin Group. The team was eventually saved by a management out led by team principal Ross Brawn and chief executive Nick Fry, and entered the 2009 season as Brawn GP. The team retained Jenson Button and Rubens Barrichello as drivers, with engines supplied by Mercedes. Honda stated it would continue to provide financial support during the team's first year, and the Virgin Group, who were linked to purchasing the team, would sponsor the cars throughout the season. Brawn won the overall title in what was its only season before another identity change. In 2015, Honda returned to the sport as a works power unit supplier to McLaren. The first iterations of the Honda power units proved to be incompetitive, and McLaren and Honda split after 3 years. Toro Rosso agreed to use Honda engines for the 2018 season as a works outfit, and after Honda showed fast development with the engines, Red Bull Racing agreed to also take on Honda engines for the 2019 season. Honda achieved their first victory of the hybrid era at the 2019 Austrian Grand Prix, and numerous wins followed thereafter with both teams. In October 2020, Honda announced they would withdraw from Formula One at the end of the 2021 season, citing their need to focus resources on next-generation road vehicle technologies to make necessary strides towards carbon neutrality. Honda was still committed to winning the championship in 2021, and as a result it brought forward an all-new power unit design that was previously planned for 2022. The RA621H, Honda's 2021 power unit, was significantly better performing, more reliable and more compact than the RA620H of 2020. It proved highly competitive against main rival Mercedes on power, often having superior energy recovery and deployment, while having stronger reliability and smaller dimensions. This paid dividends, as Verstappen took pole position at the season-opening Bahrain Grand Prix and finished a close second, before winning the following Emilia-Romagna Grand Prix to establish himself as a title contender against Lewis Hamilton of Mercedes. He finished second in the next 2 races, before a win at the Monaco Grand Prix saw him take the lead of the championship. He was on course to win again in Azerbaijan until a late tire blowout took him out, but as Hamilton failed to score following a mistake, Verstappen maintained the championship lead. Red Bull's other driver, Sergio Perez, claimed the win as AlphaTauri's Gasly finished third to complete a double podium for Honda. Verstappen won the 2 races in the United States and Mexico, and in the third race he took pole position for the race, but lost the lead to Hamilton at the start. However, a late restart following a safety car period enabled him to overtake Hamilton on the last lap for the race win in the World Championship. It was the first championship win for Honda in 30 years, with Verstappen becoming the first Honda-powered world champion since Ayrton Senna in 1991. With Verstappen's title win, Honda became the first engine manufacturer to beat Mercedes to a world championship in the turbo-hybrid era, and they also ended the season with the most wins. The program culminated in the 2021 season, when Honda-powered driver Max Verstappen won the world championship. Honda left the series as a competing manufacturer after 2021 to focus its resources on carbon-neutral technologies, although it will continue to support Red Bull powertrains until the end of 2025. Since Honda left Formula One, power units that are manufactured, assembled and supported by the Japanese company have won 7 out of 11 Grand Prix this season. The engines are badged as Red Bull, and the only evidence that Honda are still involved is via their HRC, Honda Racing Corporation, logo, which is tucked away at the back of the RB18's and sister team AlphaTauri's respective engine covers. About the decision of Honda leaving Formula One, when asked by Motorsport.com if Honda has quit F1 too early just as it started reaping the rewards of its labor, Honda F1 director Yamamoto agreed with that sentiment. Personally, yes, I agree, but this is obviously a company decision and I understand which way the company wants to go, so in the end we have to accept that. But we always have the imagination, so we hope one day Honda will return to F1. Their chief reason for leaving was to focus on their goal of achieving carbon neutrality throughout the automotive company. They are pushing the Formula One resource, which ran into the hundreds of millions of dollars, into achieving that target. But that ambition neatly fits in with Formula One's own target to be net zero by 2030, and among a suite of changes the sport has planned are introducing a 100% sustainable fuel in 2026 alongside a revised engine formula. As an engine manufacturer, Honda has won 6 World Constructors' Championships, 6 World Drivers' Championships and over 80 Grand Prix, ranking 5th in Formula One history. In addition to their success as an engine manufacturer, their 3 Grand Prix wins as a team owner make them the only Japanese or Asian team to win in Formula One. Concluding to everything about Honda and Formula One, let's end our video here. Hope to see you next time in another interesting video. Meanwhile, don't forget to like, share the video and subscribe to this channel.